CSS float properties we have float, left, float, right, float. So we have only this float and right, and we have the clear property. See, somebody interview questions will be asked like this: what is a clear property in CSS? Clear is a property which will not, which will, it will not allows the float element. So if there is any float here, we can use the clear property. It will clears the float element. In the clear we have clear left, clear right, clear both, clear none, and along with we have the clear fix property. Clear fix. So in this clear fix we can use the pseudo elements. I'll explain at the time of pseudo elements. Clear fix. And coming to this float property. So float is a property which will floating the element either in the right side, either in the left side. So we can use the float elements. We can float the elements here. I'll show the example. Now just write float right. Go to this browser, just reload this page. See, it will float to the right here. And if you write this float left, by default it will float left here. And this is one. And you can also write the clear property to clear the float elements. The clear, we can write here clear left means if you write the float left here, clear left is a property which will not allows the left element. It will not allows you the float left here. If you write the right property, there is no floating elements allowed in the right side. If you write the clear both, it will not allows you to set the either float right, float left property. None means nothing here. So that is nothing but float and clear properties. Next, we have one more important topic, nothing but CSS positions. So go to this one. So next we have CSS positions. CSS positions. So the most interview questions is nothing but tell me about the CSS positions. So CSS position property defines how an element will be positioned inside of a web page. How an element will be inside of, how element will be placed inside of the page. That means position. So there are 5 positions available in the CSS. So that is nothing but static. By default, all HTML elements has a static position. Next, a relative. Next we have a relative position. And next we have absolute position. Next we have absolute position. And next we have fixed position. And next we have sticky. See, these 5 positions available in the CSS. One is a static, another one is a relative, and absolute, and fixed, and sticky. So what is this position? Why exactly we can use for this position? First we'll go with the static position. So static position is an element. It is always position according to this normal flow of the web page. So normal flow of the web page means by default all the HTML has a static element. I'll show. See here. Now go to this browser. So right click, go to this inspect. Now we'll check this position here. Now I'll check the position. I'll go to this div there. Go to your computer, just type position. Look at this one. Position is a static. Position is static there. So by default, all the elements have the static position. And coming to next, relative position. See, relative position is nothing but relative position is element is position related to this normal position. So normal position is a static position. It is always related to this normal positions. Like it is also related to this static. So normal position means static, right? It is always related to this static. So relative position element is position related to this normal position. And the relative position elements can be moved to overlap on another elements. To overlap other elements. Using this relative to overlap other elements. We can use this relative and absolute positioning. Absolute positioning elements is it is always relative to the first parent element. Absolute is see I'll explain this relation between relative and absolute. Absolute is always looking for this parent here. So it is not getting any parent. It will take body as a parent. It will move according to this body direction. So absolute position, relative position is nothing but child and parentship relation. So absolute is always looking for this relative position. If you found the relative, it is absolute will be moved element based upon this relative elements. So absolute element position related to this first parent element has position on the second here. So absolute position elements has no position ancestors. So it will always take. So there is no position ancestors available for this absolute. So it is always take body as an relative. It will move along with the page scrolling using absolute. So absolute always looking for this relative position. If it is not found any relative here, so it will take the body. So while scrolling based upon this body, the absolute also will be scrolling here. So this always related to this absolute and relative position. I'll show the example here and fixed position. So we can fix the positions in whether we want like in the top and bottom or left and right here using this fixed position. Sticky also same. So most probably we can use for the sticky navigations bar. The navigations we can use the sticky here, and sticky can be used for while scrolling. It will be fixed on the top position that we can use for the sticky. And also the example. Now go to this Visual Studio. See here, I take these positions, right? First, I'll close this one. I'll remove this my div. I'll remove here and just type the paragraph load up. I'll do one thing. I'll do H1. Lorem file. I'll do one thing. Hello, welcome to my page. Now we can run this one on the browser. Hello, welcome to my page here. Now look at this one. So by default, it is a static position. Right click on this inspect. Now go to this computer and type here position. Position static there. Position static. Nothing will change here. So suppose I'll write here. I'll write this H1. I'll write position. Position relative. Sorry. Position relative. Position relative. Nothing can change here. But we can change the position here. Position relative. Now, see, I'll show here. Now, so I want to move this welcome. I want to move this welcome text without disturbing this content. So how can you use this one here? Suppose, so here I'm taking this pan. I use this welcome, cut this welcome, and you can paste it there. And you just write class name, class. Here I write text. For this text, the text, I just write the text. I'll just write the positions here. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Nothing has changed here. I'll show here. I'll just apply this color red. Now go to this one. Look at this. So I place this red color. Now I'm without disturbing this content. I'll move here. Right click, open and inspect. Now here we write this position, right? So here we can use this top and left, bottom and right here to move the element. Left 0. Look at this. It will move here without disturbing the content. It will move like this. And we can also move right and top. If we give negative values, it will go for the top. It will move positive values. It will go to this down here like this. So without disturbing the content, we can use this left and top, and using this position without disturbing, we can use only this welcome text. So that is nothing but relative. I'll just remove this one here. I'll just write absolute here. If you write the absolute, it will be overlap. Look at this. If you use absolute, this text will be absolute here. So it is always take the ancestors, like whether it will be followed, whether it is a relative or not. So if we didn't find this relative, it will take the body as a relative and it will overlapping elements. Suppose here for this h1, right, relative position relative position relative. See, first I'll just put it in the comments. Nothing has changed in the output. I'll show here. I'll write position absolute, type left 60 pixels. So if you use the position, that place will be occupied by another, and like this. So this is one example I'll show here, and I just remove this one. I take the div, just write by div1, and I take this child div by div2. My div. So for this my div, my div1, just write border 4 pixels, solid green, just write width 500, height 100 pixels, and just write value to width 100 pixels, height 100 pixels, and border I write this 4 pixels, red. Now I can run. First thing I'll just write for this my div with the position relate. Now I can run this one on the browser. Here, right click, go to this inspect. Now, so we can write for this my div position absolute there. So position absolute is always depends upon this parent element. The parent we already write in this relative, right? That's why it's not overcome. So we write this position absolute, and also we can move the element around the div, either in the right side, either in the left side. If you write this right zero means it will comes under this right here. And if you write this right zero, don't mention the pixels for this right zero. And if you need to place this element in the bottom, just you can place, sorry, bottom zero. Now if you want to place this to right corner, the left corner, so use this instead of left. Sorry, left here, like this. So we can move the elements along with this positions. So we can positioning the elements either in this right, either in the left side using this absolute and relative positions. So absolute and relative are the child and parent relation. Absolute is always looking for this relative position. So if it didn't find any relative, it will take the body as a relative, and it will take the body as ancestors and move along with the floating element. So that is nothing but absolute and relative. Next we can go with this fixed position. So go with this fixed position. So I just remove here fixed position with height 200, and I just write fix, just write blue color. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Now place this position font size 20 pixels, 50. Just reload this page. Now see here, I need this fixed position, so I need to fix this position here, right zero and bottom zero. Now I can fix this position here, just place Place it there. Place it there. Now if you want this write 50%, just you can write this 50% here. It will stick on this middle of the page. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Write 0 and I'll give this top 50%. I'll reload this page. So it will fix it in this position. It will fix it in the position. Now here I'll apply. I'll take the paragraph. I'll apply some text here. Some paragraph there. Now go to this browser. Just reload this page. Now look at this one. So we can scroll up the paragraph, but this div in the fixed position. This div will be in the fixed position. Look at this, like this. So this is nothing but fixed here. I'll use this sticky. For the sticky, we need to write top 0. Why? Because the top, while scrolling on the top, it will be fixed here. Top 0. Now I'll place this. I'll copy this one. I'll paste it. I'll paste it there. I'll remove this one here. And increase to 900. I take background color. Blue. Now go to this one. Just reload this page. Look at this one. Whites will apply. See, I just cut this one. I'll place here. Now I'll take one more. So I take a copy there. Now go to this browser. Just reload this page. Now look at this one. This is a paragraph, and here is a blue divisor. Now look at this one. So while scrolling, it will be stuck on this top position. So remaining element will be scroll here, like this. So this is nothing but the sticky. See,